From the Music Fest Cafe inside the Artsquest Center at the SteelStacks, the Service Electric Network presents exclusive coverage of the annual High School Jazz Band Showcase. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Mittman along with Robbie Lawrence, and if you love music, you came to the right place. We have some of the best music by some of the most talented kids you will ever see right here on the Service Electric Network. And you know, Robbie, they're calling it the Jazz Band Showcase, but actually that needs to be expanded. Jazz, pop, rock, and big band. If you love the big band sound, you are in for a real treat.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I feel so sorry for the people that didn't tune in last week to watch what was going on, because I'll tell you what, we have quite a show for you tonight. And as Mike said, we have everything featured here tonight. And the best thing about it, it's supporting our local communities and our high schoolers and all those great music programs that they have. As a matter of fact, Mike, our first one up, we just heard them warming up. Man, you're in. This is a great, great ensemble that you're about to hear. It's the Brandywine Heights High School Jazz Ensemble. They have 3 selections for us. Blues for Bart is what they're starting off with, followed by Cry Me a River, and they have a wonderful soloist in there. Her name is Madeline Geiger. And then they're going to finish things off with a little bit of mambo swing. So,
and I want to say we had a chance to hear Madeline Geiger doing the sound check on Cry Me a River. Wow, absolutely incredible. You have no idea what you are going to be hearing in just a couple of moments. She is as good as anybody I've seen anywhere. And again, you have to keep in mind, these are all high school kids. You've got an 18-piece orchestra to start things off, as you mentioned, from the Brandywine Heights High School. And we saw so many different genres of music that you're going to be able to hear tonight.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, you know, Brandywine Heights, last week we had Kutztown High School with us. Berks County does not fool around, if I do say so myself. They have some excellent music programs out there. And because you folks are tuned in with us right now, you know good taste when you see it in terms of good music programs as well. So really looking forward to it today, Mike, and I'm sure we're going to be able to interview them as well afterwards. We look forward to that, too.
We will be speaking to some of these kids, and many of them have very bright futures in the music world. Of course, we interviewed some, the part number 1, and most of them are going to college. They know what careers they're going to be doing, but music will still be a very big part in their lives. When you're this talented, this is going to be something that stays with you forever. And talent is what you're going to be seeing. You know, it's one thing you work with a professional musician that's been doing it for 20, 30 years, but to see these kids at 16, 17 years old perform the way they do, absolutely incredible.
Absolutely, and I will put them up with anybody. And as we were talking about last week too, any one of these students, maybe in the future they could be, you know, the next Dizzy Gillespie, or, you know, who was the guy from Carson again that played Doc Severinsen, right?
Doc Severinsen, Wynton Marsalis it comes to mind. We got some definite future stars, and if you know music or think you know music, keep your eyes and ears very closely on this broadcast tonight, because you may just be seeing and hearing the next big Grammy Award winner here tonight.
That's right, Mike, and I can hardly contain my excitement, so we're looking forward to it. Don't forget, folks, first band up, Brandywine Heights High School Jazz Ensemble.
And again, you're going to be hearing that great rendition of our vocalist coming up, Madeline Geiger, on Cry Me a River. Right now, let's go down to the main stage here at the Music Fest Cafe. Here they are, the Brandywine Heights High School Band.
Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome onto the stage our vocalist for this afternoon, Maddie Geiger. She'll be singing Cry Me a River. All right, thank you. This last one is called Mambo King. Quite different piece than the other two. This will feature Lucas Boyd on trumpet, Naomi Sanders on tenor sax, and a whole lot of rhythm section folks. Brian Sexton, Colin Pape, Alex Hirsch, and Caroline Fenstermacher on the bass keyboard, and piano. Thank you. Mambo King.
You've just heard the Brandywine Heights High School Band. A little bit of Latin music, a mambo to end the set, and expect to see and hear all great kinds of music tonight, more than just jazz.
That's right. There's variety everywhere you go here tonight at the SteelStacks High School Jazz Festival, and we heard plenty of that. We started out with some blues. We continued on with a nice vocal piece there by the great Madeline Geiger. Hopefully we get to talk to her. And then we ended with some Latin there, some mambo swing. And someone must have said more cowbell, because that cowbell is still ringing right through my ears with that last one. Whoever did the cowbell part did a fine job with that, if I do say so myself.
And an absolutely incredible performance from Madeline Geiger with Cry Me a River. I know she's only around 17 or so, but
that's right.
She did that like an absolute pro. Her vocal range was incredible. She'd go from here, move to middle range, go up. She would shift back and forth, something that some of the top vocalists in the country can do, but they've been doing it for 30 years. For a young lady like that, I would predict a real big future for Madeline Geiger.
Oh, I hope so. And, you know, judging by what we've been putting out, not only with Moravian University, because, you know, I'm a product of Moravian University, and look at where that got me here, folks. I'm sure that all of these other fine people behind us have bright futures ahead of them as well. So really, really looking forward to talking to them in a little bit and seeing what we have up next. As a matter of fact, we're going to hear from the Upper Moreland High School Jazz Band next, and they have some more great selections for us.
Let's talk about some of the songs that you will be hearing coming up from the Upper Moreland High School Band.
For sure. They're going to start off with, they have I guess there's a blue theme here going, because we had Blues for Bart, and now we have something that they're going to open up with called Blue Samurai. So that'll be an interesting one. And then they have something else called Gnosis 2. I can't wait to hear more about what these are, what they're going to be performing for us. And then they're going to be ending with Upper Manhattan Medical Group.
All right, it's going to be a wild it
really
set.
is. I think it is, and honestly.
I want to do a shout-out to a great guy, Dr. Neil Wetzel from Moravian University, the head of Moravian University's music program, one of your professors when you were at Moravian, and he's the main guy that organizes this super event, and a lot of work went into setting this up, and congratulations to Dr. Neil Wetzel.
So I actually graduated from the music department at Moravian in 2016, and since that time, he actually took over as the department chair of the music department down there at Moravian University, and he's been doing that now for, I think it's at least 5 years, and this is one of the mainstays that Moravian always likes to showcase with their jazz program that they have going on there every year, and I think that they really put on a great show, as you can clearly see here annually. And I believe this is also our first year as Service Electric has ever covered the Jazz Festival. And
we've done everything else in the world from right here at the Music Fest Cafe. And of course, we are your exclusive television home for all things SteelStacks, Music Fest Cafe, Music Fest, the granddaddy of them all. We'll be here looking forward to live coverage, exclusive coverage of Music Fest coming up this summer, which means warm weather. We'll be out here in short sleeve shirts.
Oh, I can hardly wait, Mike.
You know, the suntan lotion, and we're looking forward to that, and looking forward to bringing you hundreds of hours of exclusive live television coverage of Music Fest with not one, not two, but 3 channels going all at the same time. It is going to be incredible. So this is just one more thing.
My head is already spinning, Mike.
Yes, and it will be, and we'll be bringing you a lot of great music. But Dr. Wetzel does such a great job putting this together, and a little later on, I expect that we'll be hearing from, during breaks, from the Moravian Jazz House Band.
That is correct. And if it's anything like what happened or transpired last week, you're going to hear about 2 or 3 current Moravian University musicians basically strut their stuff as while the judges make their final tabulations and see who the winners are for this portion of the program. But man, I'll tell you what, they do a fabulous job. And, you know, Moravian and actually the Bethlehem community in general, they should feel really proud of themselves for having such a phenomenal music scene. I mean, you have festivals like Music Fest and all these great things like the Oktoberfest, as we cover. But you know, also locally, they do such a phenomenal job promoting music programs here in the Bethlehem School District, here in the local college scene. So really, it's quite fabulous to be covering stuff like this for them.
What better way than to showcase all the great musicians that they're turning out at Moravian, to have the #1 showcase in the entire nation right here at Music Fest. And coming up this summer, you'll be able to see the all-star high school band, members of all the bands that we've been showing you here from the area and regional high schools will be performing at Music Fest.
That's right.
You know, for a young musician to play before crowds like you're going to be seeing at Music Fest, I would think would be the highlight of a dream come true.
That's right. You know, Mike, we say the phrase a lot. It doesn't get any better than this, but you got to be honest here. It really does not get much better than this. And all you folks have to do is just tune in and watch these fine, fine musicians, both here, both at Music Fest. We're going to have a great time. It's trust me.
And I told you I would like to have a flash drive for my car with
yes,
all the great big band sounds as I drive around throughout the region that you're hearing here tonight, to be playing through my Bose system in the car.
That's right.
And we hope you're enjoying all this great music, whether it was Latin, as we just heard, jazz, big band. Set 1, we even heard some compositions by Lennon McCartney, so you never really know what we're going to be able to hear.
That's right. And given what the selections were that I had announced earlier, I mean, I don't know what Upper Moreland has up their sleeves, but I'm really looking forward to hearing just that. So we'll see what happens coming up in a little while.
As we've been saying, if you're lucky enough to be at home watching us on the Service Electric Network and you have a great surround system, my advice to you, turn it up, because we are going to fill your entire TV room, family room, your entire house with some of the best music. And again, keep in mind that you're not looking at 30, 40, 50-year-old musicians.
No, not at all.
These are kids that are 15, half 16,
That's
some
right.
of them 17 for the seniors, and but they've been playing. They're playing like they've been doing this for 20-some years.
Yep, exactly. And you have to also take into consideration. We were talking with them, last week, the amount of practice time that goes into all of this. But anyway, enough of that.
Let's go down to the main stage at the Music Fest Cafe for some great sounds. Here they are, the Upper Moreland High School Band. Let's listen.
Soloists will include Brennan Flaherty on alto sax, Matt Pantos on tenor sax, Liam Ritter on the guitar, Emmy Gottbrecht on trombone, and finally Maggie Stahl on piano. Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Samuel. Thank you so much. Having a great time swinging up here. It is so nice to be back here at SteelStacks. Can we give it up for all the SteelStacks folks? Honestly, it is so great to be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Wetzel. Thank you, Shayna. It's been too long. We're so glad to be back here again. Our next selection tonight is a composition entitled Nosis 2. This kind of a rare gem, hard to find chart was a tune I was able to get turned on to by Kevin Chose over at Kutztown, actually, and a publisher called Really Good Music that unfortunately is no longer in existence. But this composition by Lars Jansson, who's a Swedish composer, is a really interesting contemporary sort of modal harmony chart. And on this one, we're going to hear some solos from Liam Ritter on guitar and Matt Pantos on the tenor sax, and then a little bit of fun from Jacob James over there on the drums. So here we go. This is Nosis 2. Thank you again so much. For our final selection tonight, we are going to play an old Billy Strayhorn composition done with a little bit of a modern twist. So this is Billy's classic composition, Upper Manhattan Medical Group. Here with an interesting quotation at the front that some of the jazz heads might pick up on. And on this selection, we're going to hear some wonderful soloists as well. We're going to hear from Ava Cleary on the flute. We're going to hear from Jarlath McPeak on the trumpet. Sorry, senior moment there. And then last but not least, we're going to hear from Matt Pantost on the tenor sax. And again, this is Upper Manhattan Medical Group, a curious title.
A great performance from the Upper Moreland High School band. And joining us right now in our broadcast booth, some young ladies you had the pleasure of seeing just a little bit ago from the Brandywine Heights High School band. To my left is Caroline Fenstermacher, and Caroline had that beautiful stand-up bass that we saw a little earlier, and in the middle on tenor sax, Naomi Sanders. And when you first came in and you were doing the sound check, I admired that bass. That is absolutely an incredible stand-up bass. How long have you been playing?
I actually just started learning it this year, so it's been a challenge, but I feel like I'm up to speed.
Not only, Robbie, does she get to play, but carrying that around, that's your gym workout as well.
It is.
It goes both ways, Mike, that's for sure.
and let me ask you, Naomi, how long you been playing the tenor sax? And you did one heck of a job.
Thank you. I've only been playing since 9th grade. I played trumpet all through middle school. Then I got to high school. I just kind of got bored of it, couldn't play anymore. I wanted to switch it up. So then I taught myself alto saxophone. Then I needed a tenor for jazz band, so I switched to that. And now it's my favorite thing to play, definitely.
I can say from a musician standpoint now, I do clarinet and sax myself. That must have been quite a change, going from buzzing your lips all the time to playing on reeds and all that, huh?
Yeah, it definitely was a big difference, but...
And that was just your decision, nobody else's?
Yeah.
Nice, wow. I'll tell you, versatile people down in the Berks County area, if I do say so myself.
And when you first came out, I said, look at the size. There were, I believe, 18-piece orchestra that you had.
Yes, it was.
I got to ask you, we're calling this the High School Jazz Band Festival, but it's more than that. You did a little Latin, you did a little bit of everything, so it's a lot more than jazz. You're doing all genres of music.
Yeah, our band director, Mr. Salzberg, he really likes Latin jazz music, and the rest of the band likes Latin jazz, so we always get to do a piece like that every year.
Mambo was great, and I agree with him. I love it as well. Do you have a favorite kind of music that you like?
I really like Latin jazz as well.
There's a market for it, for sure.
Yeah.
They were going wild, the crowd here at the Music Fest Cafe. We talked before the interview. You both are seniors, and you're going to Rhode Island to college. And what do you want to major in?
Finance and art history.
Very good. And remind us as well, you said you wanted to go out west, well, not too far out west, but within the state. Where was that again?
The University of Pittsburgh.
Okay, very nice. And I had mentioned off camera, I actually have a few friends, quite a number of friends that originated here, and they're out there now, and they were all in like the marching band and the music program. Are you ladies, well, obviously, what was it, art, what were your majors again?
Art history and finance.
So let me ask you, obviously you have an artistic vibe going with continuing on in your future. Are you two ladies planning to do anything musical once you graduate high school?
I'll probably keep playing, I don't know if I'm going to join any bands just because school and everything, probably a lot of time. But I'll see, what I can audition for if there's anything out there to do.
It is. It's
and
a
you
huge
as well?
commitment.
You're
Yes.
planning to keep up the great music?
Yeah, I'm planning on joining some ensemble in college.
I got to tell you, congratulations to both of you. You did an outstanding job, and I know you're anxiously awaiting the judges' decisions coming up.
So before we go, I just want to ask, does Brandywine Heights, does the jazz program have any future festivals or gigs or anything like that coming up that those of you out there might be interested in?
I know we'll be going to the Kutztown Jazz Festival and the Twin Valley. And is there another one? I know there's another one.
Some big ones.
I think is there a Berks Jazz Festival still around by chance?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah,
yes,
I think
very
so.
big.
Yes.
Very big.
I know the jazz scene out that way in Berks County is huge, so I was wondering if you would be included with that. But I'm sure you have quite a busy schedule ahead of you.
You may even be back here for the Music Fest All-Star Jazz Band. Any plans to compete in that?
I don't think so.
We'll find out. I'll see you here. We'll see. If you're going to be here, we'll see you on the Service Electric Network.
That's right. That's right. I think to explain what Mike is talking about, I believe when everything is said and done, there's a group of musicians that get called back
to
perform
from each of the area high schools. So they're going to take 2 from this group, 2 from that high school, and put it together, calling it the High School All-Star Jazz Band. And they'll get to perform right here live at Music Fest, so maybe you'll be a part of that. I want to thank you both for an outstanding job.
Yes.
And good luck. We'll be watching the judges, and the best of luck to you. Thank you for being here.
Very nice meeting you.
Thank you, too.
All right, Robbie, coming up, we've got more excitement, another great band, the Central Bucks High School South
CB
band.
South.
Yes.
There's CB West, there's CB East, and I think there's a CB North.
There has to be.
CB South,
All right,
yes.
let's talk about some of the songs that they will be performing here on the Service Electric Network.
That's right. Like all the other bands that have gone before them so far, they have 3 selections for us today, starting off with a selection called Jazz Police by the composer Gordon Goodwin. Then, I believe there was a school here last week that performed this as well, Blackbird by John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
That, yes.
And they have some soloists on for that one as well. And then they will wrap things up with, well, I'm getting a little nostalgic. I think this was after your time, but Sesame Street. So we'll see how they fare with their 3 numbers here today at SteelStacks.
And if only, Lennon and McCartney knew when they wrote that song that would be performed many, many years later by high school students. I think
it's got to be over 50 years now since that
Lennon
existed.
would have been very proud of that, and I'm sure McCartney's keeping an eye on things today.
Absolutely.
Maybe he gets royalties every time they perform it. I don't know. But, it just tells you the longevity of the Beatles, and I include them, Lennon and McCartney, Rodgers and Hammerstein, whatever, some of the greatest writers, composers of all time, you got to include Lennon and McCartney. And for them to have their songs being performed by high school students, an incredible tribute to the Beatles.
And looking at it from an educational standpoint, I mean, it just goes to show, like how you said, how much of an impact the Beatles have had on not just the rock scene in the 60s, but how it changed the course of music history. All right, here we go.
Let's get ready for some more great music as we go down to the main stage with the Central Bucks High School South Band. And joining me right now is Sarah Olszewski, and great bass player from the Upper Moreland High School band. And Sarah, you did an incredible job. How long you been playing the bass guitar?
I've been playing for about 4 years.
You did a wonderful job here tonight. Any favorite songs that you love to play? Any styles that you like? I bet you do some pop, some top 40 tunes as well, probably at home, right?
I definitely do pop, but my favorite genre is probably funk.
Oh, my. Wow.
Wow, crank it up, Mike.
Who's your favorite funk artist?
I really like Corey Wong.
Any others?
I'm a big fan of Wolfpack.
I'm more like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah. George Clinton and Parliament and yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Some funkadelic.
You know what? I got to tell you also,
Rick James.
Mike, yes, absolutely.
The king of funk, you know.
You know, I got to tell you, Upper Moreland, and we were just talking about this earlier before we came on. Upper Moreland High School is in the Willow Grove area, and as you may know, I'm gonna quiz you. Where the Willow Grove Mall is? Do you know what that used to be before then? Before that came into place?
I know it was definitely a park where people used to perform.
Yes, it was Willow Grove Park, and the great John Philip Sousa, that was one of his all-time favorite places to play.
We didn't cover him.
Sadly, Service Electric...
We did not cover him. I have not covered him at all.
Unfortunately, Service Electric came into existence after the fact.
Couple of years.
I'll tell you what, if we were around, we definitely would have been down there for that.
We'd have had him on.
Yes, exactly. But my thing is, you have Willow Grove. They have a wonderful scene of music history, and as you can tell, their music programs are not far off because they produce some great musicians and, as we have heard, some wonderful numbers. So I got to ask, are you, what grade are you in now?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay, so not quite a senior. You're probably thinking about things after high school. And what exactly are you thinking of going into?
I definitely want to get a music technology degree. I'm hoping to go into music production.
Wow.
So we had our composer last week. We have our music technician here, I guess you could say. So how about writing a new jingle for Service Electric? I'm just kidding.
We love the one we have.
We do.
Everybody sings that when you're out in the streets. We're out at all the events. They come up to me, start singing that jingle. And sometimes at night when I can't sleep, it's in my head.
It's better than counting sheep, Mike.
Better than
Absolutely.
counting sheep. Maybe we'll be seeing you at upcoming Grammy Awards with a big hit song.
Hopefully. That's the dream.
Well, dreams come true, and you got a great start here tonight. What events do you have coming up with the band? Any big things that you have planned for the summertime?
We've got a lot of local cavalcade of bands events, but that's about all we have so far.
Is there a place that those folks watching at home where they could see where Upper Moreland High School is performing next, like maybe this spring season or maybe even in the summertime? Do they have a website, like a music website where we can go on to? No? Okay.
All right, Sarah, we want to thank you. Wish you good luck with Upper Moreland. I know you'll be anxiously awaiting the judge's decision.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait to find out what happens.
And
good luck to you.
And as we have said, it's possible that she and many of the other Upper Moreland students may come back later on in the summertime to perform at Music Fest. So we'll see what happens. As part of the All-Star Band.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck to you.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, Robbie, coming up in just a couple moments, another great band that's really making a name for themselves, the North Penn High School Columbia, that's a long name, jazz band, and they're going to be doing some great hits as well. Let's talk about some of the songs we can expect from them.
For sure. And of course, before we do that, I just want to mention, we just heard, once again, CB South High School. I personally think that the folks over at Sesame Street, they should use their recording of CB South.
I like that riff that he did at the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They don't have that in the original jingle.
They just get in it and go. That's for sure.
They need to do that.
Absolutely, for sure. So, yes. Coming up next, North Penn Columbia Jazz Band director Joe Santinello has 3 selections for us that you're about to hear. We're going to start off with a number called Doozy, and the composer on that is Benny Carter, followed by A Child is Born, and they will be wrapping up with a tune called Hullabaloo. Well, there's certainly a lot of hullabaloo going on here at the SteelStacks complex. Good hullabaloo, and it's going to continue on for quite a number of hours, actually. And throw that remote away, turn that volume up. We've got some great entertainment coming up.
And if you have a surround sound system, it is paying for itself today. Let me tell you. Put up the, crank up the volume, turn up that subwoofer, and incredible sounds. I know we're probably going to get a million emails. How do we get a CD of all this great music? Because if you combine this all together, wouldn't this be incredible music to have to take with you in the car, take with you wherever? You know, just want to sit on the beach and relax to some of this great music. This is some of the best music I think that you'll ever hear. From the big band, we heard some Latin, some jazz. Everything is represented here in these performances.
I agree, Mike. This is music that you don't just pack up and forget about. This is music that we would love to take with us literally anywhere we go and show wherever you're traveling. What we have here in the Lehigh Valley. You know, we talk about it so often, but you folks that live in the Lehigh Valley should feel so good that you live in an area where the music scene is hot. And right behind us...
Reminds me of a song.
Yes, exactly. Did you see what I did there, Mike? Hey, good times here. The only thing, I have to say, the only thing better than watching it on Service Electric, guess what it is? It's being here, believe it or not.
But in high definition, it is like you were here. And again, you have a surround sound. It's as good as being here.
That's
We're as good as being everywhere. And, you know, I don't know if they're doing this, but if not, I think the band director should get with the principals and definitely do this. Each band from all the regional high schools should put together a CD of all their hits and use that as a fundraiser. You know, I know they sell different things during the years to raise funds for, you know, some of their trips, some of their traveling. But how incredible would that be to come out? I mean, who wouldn't want that? To each school to have a CD of all the great band sounds that they could use to sell as a fundraiser.
So as you know, I collect a lot of things, and one of the things that I do collect is local history and vinyl. And it seemed like back in the 60s and 70s, high schools everywhere, and even some middle schools, they cut so many albums, and nobody seems to do that anymore. And I think we should bring that back, because I think that there's such a fabulous showcase of talent behind us going on literally all day. We're here all day, Mike, that I think it would be well worth their while to do something like that.
Yeah, now maybe not the vinyl, but...
well, no. Although that is coming back.
I know they got to come back. Actually, I saw somewhere where the turntables are selling like crazy.
They are,
The
yes.
vinyls are making a comeback. They're rediscovering that authentic sound of vinyl. And
absolutely.
I think there still is a future for vinyl. But as far as the CDs go, I think that would be a great fundraiser to have.
Fundraiser opportunity,
to all their friends and everything else. I think it would be a big thing. So maybe principals, maybe band leaders.
That's right.
Take that into consideration.
This band leader's thinking about that too. But,
we buy them.
Oh, for sure.
All right,
absolutely.
coming up, we have, as we mentioned, the North Penn High School Columbia Jazz Band. And as we've been saying all night long, if you're lucky enough to have that surround sound, crank it up, turn it up. Let's go down to the main stage of the beautiful Music Fest Cafe with the Service Electric Network. Here they are, the North Penn High School Columbia Jazz Band.
All right, again, that was Doozy featuring Eric Wang on the piano, Henry Liu on trumpet, Luke Bidding on alto sax. We're going to redecorate a little bit here real quickly. We're going to break out the flutes. I heard there haven't been enough flutes today, so we are going to reach the flute quota right here and right now. All right, our next tune is Thad Jones' tune called A Child is Born. It's going to feature Eric Wang on piano again, as well as our aforementioned flute section. Is there an award for best flutes tonight? And Aiden Ashley on the flugelhorn solo. This is A Child is Born. Give another round of applause for Eric on piano and Aiden on flugelhorn. And our flutes. Now for something completely different. Our last chart is called Hullabaloo. It's by Alan Baylock. Hullabaloo is going to feature on solos Gabe Finn on the guitar, Mason Kimball on trombone, and Suhas Rakothu on alto sax. Anybody else? I think that's going to be it for today. So this is Hullabaloo. Thank you.
And joining me right now is to my left on tenor sax, Ryan Dobson, and in the middle, Leah Minucci. Without her bass, you've got your sax, and they're representing the Central Bucks High School Band, High School South. How long you been playing the sax?
Well, I've been playing since 5th grade, so I guess like 6 years, going on 7 now.
Is that the only instrument you ever played?
Yeah.
A lot of we've been finding out have been starting off with one and switching to another.
Well, I mean, I started on the alto, and then in my high school years, I started playing the tenor a little bit. So I guess you could maybe consider that a switch. But
what do you like better?
Definitely my alto.
And you've been doing the bass guitar for a long time. What year are you in? A junior or senior?
I'm a senior.
And what are your future plans?
My future plans are to go to college. I'm not sure where yet, most likely somewhere in state, such as Pitt or Penn State, and I want to study civil engineering.
Penn State's not bad. Very good choice.
Not bad. A formidable choice, if I do say so.
And for engineering, can't beat that. But I have a feeling you're going to stick with the music, even at Penn State, because they have some great music programs and events going on at Penn State.
For sure. I love playing music, and I do not want to stop anytime soon, so I will definitely continue in college.
You auditioning for the Blue Band?
I am not. My major's too, demanding for such a big commitment, but I would love to if I had the choice.
It is. It's such a huge commitment. My brother tried so hard to get in the Blue Band, and I mean, he couldn't even get in. And I'll tell you what, even if he did, we know it would have been a huge commitment. So, but hey, Penn State, great school indeed.
We have a special treat for you that nobody knows about.
Oh, really? Not even me?
Nobody knows about this. Ryan didn't even know about it. But we're going to ask him. I want to hear some of that great sax. You were wowing everybody down there. How about a special performance for our Service Electric Network audience? Go ahead.
It'll just be something small, okay?
A little bit more, another couple bars?
Okay.
It was that good. Everybody out there in their living rooms are giving you a big round of applause and a standing ovation. Wasn't that incredible?
I think we should ditch the polka show and go to a jazz show. What do you think? No. We got to keep the polkas around. But
polka, you just made 100,000 people upset. You know that.
They will never come to my gigs again.
Only kidding. How about,
now go get your bass. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you didn't bring your bass, but what are some of the things you have coming up that people want to see your band perform? What are some upcoming performances?
Well, next Friday, actually, we have our home festival at our high school, Central Bucks High School South. So it'll be on Friday night, so that'll be a fun time.
Good. And I'm sure that you folks play extensively throughout the year, correct? Is this the first time that, actually, this is a good question. Is this the first time that this particular jazz ensemble has played since the pandemic began?
You know, I was actually thinking that before we came here. We've had some concerts in the beginning of the year. We do one every marking period for school. But we haven't had an actual competition since 2 years ago, which is really crazy.
So I'm sure it was quite refreshing to come to something like this, right?
Yeah, it was really fun.
What does it mean to you as two young musicians to be playing here on stage at the Music Fest Cafe, where some of the biggest some of the biggest world-renowned musicians have performed? Does that give you a sense of history here?
Yeah, it's really cool to be playing here. I've personally never been to SteelStacks before, but it's like such a great environment here, and it was so much fun being on stage again.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm really thankful to be here. I mean, not only is it really fun to perform and listen to other bands again, but just the scenery outside is so pretty.
And of course, you all know about the nationally known Music Fest, the biggest music festival in the entire country, and maybe one day you'll be performing here at Music Fest.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh, for sure. And, well, I was talking to them earlier about Doylestown because they're just out. CB South, I don't know if you folks realize this. CB South is just outside of Doylestown, and I frequent there because I tell them I go to Czestochowa all the time for the big Polish-American festival that goes on down there. So there you have it. And I know a lot of you folks out there watch that as well. So
all right, we want to thank you very much. Good luck to you. We'll be watching the judge's decision. We know you're anxious and excited about that, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
For
thank
sure.
you for
It was
being
very
here.
nice meeting both of you.
Thank you for being here. Robbie, another great band coming up. We just saw the North Penn High School Columbia Jazz Band. Now we're going to see the North Penn High School Navy Jazz Band.
Seems to be the North Penn hour right now,
It
as a
seems
matter
to
of
be.
fact. Yes, and we have no problem with that. They have done very well, as you folks will agree, with the Columbia Jazz Band. And as Mike had mentioned, the Navy Jazz Band is coming up next. They, like all the other performers, have 3 selections for us today, starting off with something called the Blues Machine, composed by Sammy Nestico. And that will feature Aaron Kirshner on alto sax. And following that, they're going to have something called Artemis and Apollo. Composer Johnny Richards on that one. And we're going to end with a song called Get Up and Go. And I'll tell you what, folks.
Sounds like a big band swing sound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, that's what I'm thinking.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, as Mike always says, get up and go to your surround sound system, crank it up, throw that remote control away, because we're here for a wonderful day of fun and music that will last all throughout the rest of the day.
Sometimes I turn mine up so loud, the windows in the house actually vibrate. True story.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
when music is this good, you don't want to keep it real low.
You gotta have that.
Crank it up.
You gotta have. I feel you. It's that full concert experience, and thanks to the magic of Service Electric, you know, I mean, it feels like you're actually here with us with that high definition.
We really do bring the concert to you, and again, we've been bringing all kinds of music. We're calling it the SteelStacks High School Jazz Band competition, but it's more than jazz. We've had big band, we've had show tunes, a lot of Broadway tunes in here, pop, rock.
We talk about Lennon and McCartney all the time.
You know, I mean, so we've really had, you know, a bunch of all types of genres. So no matter what you like, I can promise you, you're going to be able to see it and hear it right here on this great music competition. Of course, we at the Service Electric Network very proud to be here at the Music Fest Cafe. We're here all year long, bringing some great entertainment. And of course, as we get ready to move in the summertime, which I can't wait for because it means great weather, warm weather.
And people are raring to get out after 2 years.
They will be. I expect to see crowds unbelievable. Right now, let's go down to the main stage here at the Music Fest Cafe, the North Penn High School Navy Jazz Band.
Okay, we're going to continue with a beautiful ballad, a beautiful melody written by Johnny Richards for the Stan Kenton Orchestra. This will feature a little trumpet, Harmon trumpet by David Riley, and Johnny Bang on the tenor sax. This is Artemis and Apollo.
What a performance from the North Penn High School Navy Jazz Band. Absolutely incredible. You had to love that drum solo at the end. And joining us right now from the North Penn High School Columbia Jazz Band, to my left is Director Joe Santinello, and in the middle on flute and piano is Lily Wang, and Ben Buckholz on trumpet. And I said before we went on, you had to have a big school to have two bands.
Yeah, absolutely. North Penn has about 3,300 students in grades 10, 11, and 12, so roughly 1,000 to 1,100 kids per class. So it's a big school, big band program. We're really proud to have two full big bands at North Penn.
And I've been asking everybody, what is it like? Of course, things have been a little quiet the last couple of years. What is it like for you to be back and to be performing here on stage at a world-famous venue like the Music Fest Cafe, where some of the biggest names in music have performed?
Well, I've had the privilege of performing here several times before, but for these students, it's probably their first time here, right? So let's ask them what they thought.
You having a great time here?
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's really interesting to see like all the different bands that are here as well. And we have had jazz festivals in middle school and everything, but in high school it's like an elevated experience to be with like other people too and other musicians from like all around.
And to be here, as I said, at a famous venue like this, the SteelStacks, as you look out the glass windows, I don't want to make you nervous, but I could give you a list of some of the biggest names in music that have performed on that stage. Give you inspiration. How long have you been playing the trumpet?
Since 4th grade, so 7 years.
Let's see, carry the one. So that would be 7
Carry
years
the
if
one.
he's a junior, yes.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm doing this now, but we're going to give you a chance to perform, just the two of you, in front of our Service Electric Network audience.
That's right. Hey,
Lily, you want to?
Mike said you got to bring your instruments over, so now we got to use them.
That's why I asked you to bring them.
So excited to play on live television, right?
On live television.
That's the beauty of live television.
Go ahead. You want to hit it? Well, try, Lily. Go ahead. Absolutely incredible. They're all giving you a standing ovation out in.
That's right. That's right.
All right, you're next.
We can't be upstaged by a trumpet player, believe me.
Fantastic.
Very good.
All right. Unbelievable.
Very good.
And I know you're excited, a little nervous because coming up just a bit, the judging. So you're up against some unbelievable stiff competition here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. All the bands that participate in SteelStacks are outstanding. And that's the best part about being here, frankly, is just watching the other groups, seeing what kind of awesome things other schools are up to. So for us, it's really not about competition. It's about being part of this larger community of students making art together and pushing each other to be the best that they can be. And, that's really why we do it.
So I want to congratulate you on a tremendous performance here today.
So what other events does North Penn have coming up that the public eye can go see?
So we are performing, our big performance is April 4th at Penndale Middle School. All of the jazz bands in the entire North Penn School District are going to be playing there, which means our elementary jazz band, our 3 middle school jazz bands, and our 2 high school jazz bands. And we're going to have a special guest artist, Maxfield Gast, there to play with each of the bands. So that's going to be a huge, tremendous, fun event for everybody. And we're going to be going around to different high schools and various jazz festivals in the meantime. But
what about the summer? Got some things planned for the summer?
I think the students are going to sleep and rest.
Besides sleeping and resting, because I know.
And as a fellow teacher, so will the teachers be sleeping.
Teachers be. How many hours a week do you practice?
Maybe like 2 hours, but that's because like busy schedule, like school and everything.
That's not including the band practice. That's on your own.
Yeah, but on weeks that I have more time, I definitely try to practice more for sure.
It's very demanding, you know. People think it's easy, but to play an instrument the way they're playing it is something altogether.
Absolutely. I'm just amazed by the kids. That's the most exciting part of my job is hearing them come in at the beginning of the year and having a nice set of skills and everything, but watching them grow and develop over the course of the school year. And kids like Lily and Ben, who I meet as 10th graders, by the time they're in 12th grade, watching the growth is like super motivating and inspiring for me as a teacher. It's the best thing is watching them become mature musicians and people.
And you obviously you're so excited, so proud, and I just can't believe the level of performance that we're hearing from these young students. I mean, you see what's going on in the music industry, and to me, I'd bet on them. They can keep up with any of the top big bands professionally.
Well, I have to say that these kids, obviously, they have talent and they work really hard. They're diligent, they practice, but they've also benefited from some awesome elementary and middle school teachers in the North Penn School District. Both these kids went to Penfield Middle School, where Mr. Orhowski teaches. He was phenomenal, and so we are all blessed to have great teachers guiding these students along the pathway. So,
well, it's just so great that you're dedicated. All right. Thank you very much for being here, and good luck to you.
Very nice meeting all of you.
All right, let's go down on stage. Here is the Warren Hills High School Band.
Thank you. And our next selection today is entitled External Combustion by Lenny Stack, and that will feature 2 saxophone soloists, Jonathan Niddle on alto and Brianna Thomas on tenor. Thank you. And our third selection today is entitled Running of the Bulls by Doug Beach and George Shutak. And that will feature a trumpet solo by Noah Kleska and a drum set solo from Taryn Facenda.
All right, and joining us right now from the North Penn High School Navy Jazz Band, to my immediate left is Julian Nguyen and Holly Kennedy on the alto sax. Julian, you play the piano. Obviously, you couldn't carry that up. I don't know why, but how long?
I would have helped.
We would have helped. Yeah, Robbie and I would have helped. How long you been playing?
It should be about 11 years at this point, yeah.
Wow. Is that the only instrument that you've played throughout your career?
I played violin a little bit, but I was kind of terrible at it. I play a little bit of guitar, and I sing, so.
Okay, we didn't get a chance to hear you sing. And Holly, how long have you been playing the alto sax?
About 9 years.
Okay. And again, a lot of the students have been switching instruments. Have you always done the alto sax, or have you played something else in your time with the schools?
I also play clarinet and a little bit of flute. So, yeah.
You know what we're going to ask you to do right now? A special performance for our Service Electric Network audience. Hit it. I'd say that's some unbelievable jazz.
I'm
that's
loving
great.
that vibrato you got in there, too.
Yeah,
I'm a
great.
clarinet and sax player myself, so there you have it. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
So you were being judged right here, and you didn't.
Yes,
you didn't
exactly.
know it.
Oh, no competition. She's got it. Believe me.
What are some of the events you have coming up?
Well, we have our Night of Jazz, which is a feature of all of the jazz bands in our school district, which is really cool. That's going to be in April. So you can look on our website for more information. Holly, do you have anything?
Also at our Night of Jazz, we like to feature some professional musicians. They like to come and play with all the
Oh, you want Robbie there?
Oh, no.
You're
No,
welcome
thank
to come.
you.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
would love to. Well, actually, I wanted to. So, North Penn, what was that? The Columbia and the Navy Jazz Band. This is all of North Penn High School, correct? Well, I have something to. So, Mr. Santinello, when I was I'm actually a music teacher myself. That's my day job. But anyway, about 6 years ago, I was at Strayer Middle School and Milford Middle School, and he was one of the co-ops down there before he moved to North Penn. So that's how I know Mr. Santinello. Awesome. But anyway, enough about me.
No, it's incredible. What is it like for you to be here at the famous Music Fest Cafe, overlooking the beautiful SteelStacks inside here at the Artsquest Center? Again, I don't want to scare anybody, but you're on that stage where some of the biggest names in music have performed. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's just great to be here performing again with people and just going places.
I don't think we asked this previously, but is this the first time that North Penn High School actually went out and did a gig like for the past 2 years since the pandemic?
Yes, it would be the first time we've had a away festival since like 2 years.
Amazing.
Is this your first time here at the Music Fest Cafe as part of this competition?
Yes, it is my first time here.
What are your thoughts being here? You got to be awestruck to be in this great building.
It's awesome. I was lucky to be here 2 years ago, right before the shutdown, so I'm pretty familiar with this incredible space, but getting to be back after much, much too long is just awesome.
What about the summer? Any events coming up for you guys? In the summer, you're going to do some, we had one group going to Disney World.
That's true. And another group, I remember they went to Cleveland. Do any of the jazz? Well, actually, not just the jazz groups, but does marching band or anything like that at North Penn High School? Do they go on nice trips usually near the end of the year?
Our nice trips are typically in the spring. Over the summer, we kind of get into marching band. Over the summer, I'm planning on attending a jazz camp at University of the Arts.
Oh, very nice. That's down in Philadelphia, correct?
Our Navy Jazz is attending the PMEA Festival in the Poconos this spring.
Very cool, very cool. Actually, I'm just thinking about it. Do you know who is a graduate of the University of the Arts? Dr. Neil Wetzel, who is the guy that put this all together today. Yes.
Awesome.
So I'll tell you what, like how we always say, Mike, so many people, they come and go through the Music Fest Cafe here. They could be the next future Doc Severensons. They could be the next...
We may be tuning in the Grammy Awards to see
That's right.
one of you composing a song or being a part of a hit song, or you never know. How would that be?
That would be amazing. I would love that.
You have aspirations to stay with the music?
Oh, of course, of course. I'm going to college for music education, but also I want to...
Where are you going to school?
Fantastic question. Still working on that.
And there's time.
Yeah. But I also love songwriting. I love R&B. I love all sorts of music. So being able to write music and create music would just be...
Or even working on a hit song, as part of the studio orchestra. That, every hit song has to have a hit studio orchestra behind it. How cool would that be for you to be a part of that?
That would be awesome. That's the dream.
All right, we want to thank you for being here with us. I know you're anxiously awaiting, moments away from the judges' verdict. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good luck. We'll be watching the judges.
It was very
Thank
nice
you for
meeting
being with
both
us.
of you. Thank you.
All right, Robbie, we are waiting the judges' decision. Which band? All I can say is I am thrilled that I am not a judge, because I wouldn't want to be. How
As
do you
a music
pick?
teacher myself, I'm glad that we are only spectating, because it is such a terrific decision that these judges have to make with everything considered and what you folks have watched out there already up to this point. I mean, it's spectacular jazz music, and as you know, lots of variety as well in addition to that.
Unbelievable variety. We certainly hope you're enjoying this. We're moments away from the judges' decision. Which band do they pick? Stay tuned, you'll find out. But right now, we've got some more great jazz music. All right, joining us now from the Warren Hills High School Band is Neil, Frankie, and Tanya? Tara. Okay. How long you been playing?
I've been in the band for 4 years, so pretty much all my high school career. But before that, I was doing it since I was 6th grade. It's crazy. It's a great...
What instruments have you played over the years?
Mainly just trombones, but for jazz band, I just decided to switch over to bass bone because I just like to feel it, Just hearing the bassy sound of it, it's really cool. So yeah, mainly trombone.
And how long you've been with the band?
I've been playing since my freshman year, so all 4 years. Before that, I've been playing bands since, I don't know, maybe 4th grade. Up until this point, it's always been trumpet. I did pick up and lose interest in a few instruments, but...
And I have to tell you, you did one heck of a performance while you were doing it. I said to Robbie, wow, you got some heavy hands on those drums. I mean, you really, how long you been playing the drums?
About 8 or 9 years. I started, because my brothers played the drums when I was little, so I started when I was like 7 or 8.
And what's your favorite, do you have a favorite style, to play, a favorite genre of music, or doesn't matter?
I personally prefer jazz because I've been playing it the longest. I've been doing that about 6 years now, so I just feel more comfortable playing jazz set.
But you have a heavy beat.
Yeah.
You really, as they say, any band will tell you, you speak to any of the top bands today, they'll tell you the main person is the drummer because they control...
The driving force is
they control the beat, they control the tempo. The drummer can make you. They all tell me, can make you or break you. All the top bands in the country have told me that. The drummer is the beat keeper. He can make you or break you. I bet there's a lot of rock bands out there watching you tonight with hitting those cymbals and everything that would love to have you. Any inspiration to go into a pop band?
I would totally do it. Like, I like just branching out, doing new things, so I'd be totally up to that. It doesn't matter. I'm
Okay,
cool with anything.
what year are you in school?
I'm a senior in high school.
And what are your plans?
Are all 3 of you seniors? It sounds like it, yes.
What are some of the plans that you have?
I just want to continue in college, just playing jazz. I also march, so I just want to continue doing what I do and just trying to keep my skills up,
What major are you looking into?
Oh, I'm looking into software engineering and computer science, so I'm kind of veering away from this.
But still keeping it in your life, of course, yes. How about you, sir?
For me, I'm looking to go to school for physical therapy, and so I don't really have any plans in terms of playing in a band or anything, but music is definitely a big part of my life.
All right, what are some of the things you have coming up for the summer, the spring, I should say, and then summer month? Any performances with the bands?
Any summer performance or spring performance?
We have a school concert. Aside from that, the rest of the competitions we may be in are kind of to be determined. Especially with COVID going on, we're not too sure.
What's it like for you to be playing at a famous venue like the Music Fest Cafe, where some of the biggest stars in the music world have played here? You got to be excited about that.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I mean, this is a very beautiful venue, and I feel very happy that I've been fortunate enough to play here in several years.
What about you?
Oh yeah, no, it feels great. Just being able to step into the the Music Fest Cafe and just being able to say, hey, I played here as an experience. Like I said,
That's right. You can say, hey, I did it now.
Been there, done that.
I was at the Music Fest Cafe, and I was on television, so
That's right.
you can't beat that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great, Just being able to show off to, obviously a lot of the people here. Just being able to, do all the things that we do, put on great performances. Obviously, I have great solos by these guys over here. It's really awesome, It's really great.
By the way, I love your ties. Okay.
Yeah, very, very colorful, if I do say so myself.
You got to be nervous. The judging is coming up moments from now, and I'm glad I'm not a judge. Robbie is glad he's not a judge.
I'm a music teacher, and I do not want any part of that.
Wouldn't know where to start.
No, absolutely not.
They were all unbelievable. They were all great. So you're all here. So how you pick one, I don't know. But again, the judges know what in their mind that they are looking for. We will find out what school. But win or lose, there is no lose. You're on TV, you're on the Music Fest Cafe, where some of the biggest stars in music have performed. So it's something that you can talk about for many years.
Totally, 100%. You know, just like you said, no winners, no losers. Obviously, there's going to be, you know, one that they pick over the other, but it's not all about that. It's really, to me, and I think I speak for these guys too, it's all about the experience, you know. Just, we got to show confidence.
You got it.
Oh, yeah, of course. We got to show confidence and really just, you can't let this, like, the fact that there are so many other bands here, you can't let that get in your mind either. You got to just be on your A game all the time. And it's just, I think today, personally, our band, I think we did a really great job. I think we did awesome for how our performance.
And I thought you were awesome as well. What did I tell you? We're watching here high atop the Music Fest Cafe, our broadcast booth here in the balcony, and what a performance. We were wowed.
And it's not just for the experience itself, but also for the love of the music as well. I mean, it's great. I'm sure you'll agree, not just as the performers, but it's nice to be spectators as well, taking in some of the great sounds of all the other great schools that we have here today as well.
Do you have a favorite style of music?
A favorite style of music? Personally, to play jazz. Just hearing it too. Just hearing. I mean, you hear it now. It's just, you know, you get to sort of vibe with it. You know, it's just.
Hey,
what about you? What style, if you had jazz, pop, Broadway, big band?
There's really too many to decide.
Do them all.
Yeah, all of them, really.
It's like a musical buffet.
That's right.
Exactly.
He's open to anything.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
To play from what I've experienced with, I definitely feel like jazz is definitely one of the top ones. It's just the freedom to express yourself however you want. It's very liberal in that sense, and I appreciate that.
How about you? I'll ask you the same question because every good band needs a good drummer backing them.
Like what? Which genre I like playing, or?
Any genre or style, whatever you listen to. Anything particular?
Oh, what I listen to? I listen to a lot of rock, like punk music. That's kind of where I got the drumming from because my brothers were big into that, so I kind of picked up.
See, I knew there was some rock in there. I told you that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, it's nice to listen to other styles because then you could take everything that you've learned from that particular style and incorporate it into, for example, even what we hear today with the jazz music.
You know what? If I were some of the top professional jazz musicians in the nation and they see this program, I'd be worried if I were you. Because
that's right.
These students are coming for you, and we hope to see you in the future. And I know that you're going to be doing some big things. So the best of luck to you. And, of course, we're moments away from the judging, so good luck to you, okay? And I know, like we said, there are no winners, no losers. Yeah, we got plaques and trophies and all that, but I personally think everybody should get a trophy for being here. Congratulations to all of you, okay?
Yes.
And good luck. Robbie, we're moments away from the judge's decision. As we mentioned, it's going to be a tough. We had some of the best.
North Penn High School, both their Navy and Columbia Jazz Bands. You've got the fine folks here at Warren Hills Regional High School. You've got Brandywine Heights, which was up at the very top of the show. Upper Moreland High School, and of course, CB South High School.
All right, judging coming up moments from now, but right now, enjoy some great jazz music.
Can we have a big round of applause? Moravian University Jazz Trio. It is so good to see you all here. It is so great to hear all these great young musicians. Could we give a huge, big round of applause for the student musicians, for their directors. My name is Dr. Neil Wetzel. I am the chair of the music department at Moravian University. I'm also director of jazz studies there. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization here for the SteelStacks, the high school jazz band showcase today. What we're going to do is we're going to announce the winners. I would like to invite the representatives from each band to come over here and line up so that when we are give away awards, you can come up. So just down here on the floor, just by the steps, so that when we bring those names up, we don't have to, we don't need, they're not up there anymore. We used to have a zip line to bring them down, but we don't need that anymore. Great. All right. We're going to start with the best section awards of the afternoon. We're going to start with the best reed saxophone section. The best reed saxophone section award goes to the saxophone section from the North Penn Navy Band. Congratulations. Nice job. Yeah, just kind of move down. Actually, you know what? There's a lot of us today. Excellent. Next award is going to the best trumpet section. The best trumpet section award goes to the trumpet section from Upper Moreland High School. Next, we're going to give the award for the best trombone section, and it goes to the trombone section from North Penn Columbia High School Band. And finally, to the best rhythm section. The best rhythm section award goes to the jazz band from Upper Moreland High School. We are now going to give the band ratings for the afternoon. We're going to do them in order of performance. First of all, Brandywine Heights High School Jazz Band received a rating of excellent. Congratulations. The next band in order was Upper Moreland High School Jazz Band, received a rating of superior. Central Bucks High School Jazz Band received a rating of excellent. North Penn High School Columbia Jazz Band, a rating of excellent. North Penn Navy Jazz Band, superior. And Warren Hills High School Jazz Band, excellent. We are now going to award the soloist awards for this afternoon. We're going to start with the best saxophone woodwind soloist of the afternoon goes to Holly Kennedy from North Penn Navy Band. The Best Jazz Trumpet Soloist Award, I hope I say this correctly, from Brandywine, Lucas. All right, Lucas, you're gonna have to help me with your last name here. So how do you pronounce your last name?
Boyd.
Boyd. Lucas Boyd, right? There we go, cool, excellent. The Best Jazz Trombone Soloist goes to Emmy Gottbrecht from Upper Moreland High School. The Best Jazz Rhythm Soloist goes to Mr. Joe Ciccio from Central Bucks. The Best Jazz Vocal Soloist goes to Madeline Geiger from Brandywine. And finally, we have the Best Overall Jazz Soloist of the afternoon. This goes to Mr. Owen Case from Warren Hills on the piano. One more big round of applause for all the students. Also, big thank you to the staff here at SteelStacks, Shayna, Patrick, and for Ali, and I hope you have a great Sunday.
And there is Dr. Neil Wetzel, and a very tough job for all of the judges to pick the winners, but they picked some great winners here.
Absolutely, I'll tell you, lots of very interesting pieces that we heard today. Great, beautiful vocalists, instrumentalists all across the board. We had a wonderful time here, and I'm sure you have as well.
And of course, the vocalist solo award went to Madeline Geiger and Cry Me a River.
That was, I think, your personal favorite, wasn't it?
I thought she did a beautiful job. Believe me, you're going to be hearing a lot of things from that young lady. Well, we certainly hope you've enjoyed all the great music on this exclusive broadcast. For Director Dwayne Long, for my colleague Robbie Lawrence, from all of us at the Service Electric Network, I'm Mike Mittman, and thanks for watching the High School Jazz Band Showcase.